Hi, good everyone, and good evening. Hope you're all well, and warm welcome to the Tottenham fans. Now, earlier today, when I was out, I heard that Tottenham had made an announcement that they got a new manager. Now, when I originally saw the face, I didn't recognize him. I didn't know who he was. I looked at the name Igor Tudor, and when I'd done some research and I saw a picture of him as a player, I recognized him because I remember him playing for Juventus. And Igor Tudor was born in Yugoslavia, and in the 90s, Yugoslavia had a fantastic team, great footballing culture, and at the time when they had that really dynamic side with Sacic and Robert Prozinecki and Savicevic and those guys. That Yugoslavia team, which really done well in the 1990 World Cup and played amazing dynamic football. After the war, Yugoslavia split, and then Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina all became separate nations. So he became a Croatian player representing Croatia internationally. His domestic career, he played for Hajduk Split. Hajduk Split is a team that, for those Spurs fans who remember, Mickey Hazard scoring that amazing goal, free kick, beating Hajduk Split 1-0, and Tottenham Hotspurs going on to successfully do well in Europe, winning European competition in the 1984-85 season when Tony Parks made those amazing saves in the penalty shootout. Now, his career at Hajduk Split was there for 4 years, 4 seasons. Was loaned out to Troger in 1996 before going to Juventus and having a really successful playing career at Juventus. Loaned out to Siena before returning to Hajduk Split to finish his playing career as a player. Internationally, he represented Croatia at every age group from under 16 right up to under 21 between 94 and 2000. Had one cap for Croatia B and had 55 caps for Croatia between 97 and 2006. He played in the World Cup. He was in the World Cup squad in 1998 and in 2006. He didn't play in the 2002 World Cup because he had an injury, so he missed the squad. In that 1998 World Cup in France, there was a semi-final against France, which Croatia narrowly lost 2-1. Marcel Desailly was famously sent off where there was an alleged push to a Croatian player. Television replays showed that might not have been the case, but hence Marcel Desailly missed the final against Brazil. Croatia, after losing that semi-final 2-1, went on to play in the third place playoff, which they won and got third place in the 98 World Cup. So after his playing career, he went on to manage and coach. And as a manager, he was given an opportunity to manage at Hajduk Split, his club that he played for after his time as a player. He then went on to, was appointed the coach, given a 3-year contract at PAOK, and which he managed them in the Champions League, and then he had a little bit of a successful spell in Turkey at Karabukspor and also at Galatasaray. He was then given the opportunity to go to Udinese and manage that Udinese before returning to Hajduk Split, and then given the chance under Andrea Pirlo to be his assistant manager at Juventus. And he was sacked after Inter won the Serie A title. This is the 2020 season. 2021, he was given the opportunity to manage at Hellas Verona, staying in Italy, and he'd done quite well with them. It was impressive. But then he left on mutual consent, which he went to Marseille and managed 2022 and helped Marseille get third place in Ligue 1 in France and helped them to get to the qualifying stage of the UEFA Champions League in 2023-24 season. Now, he returned to Italy to manage in Serie A, and he replaced Sarri, Maurizio Sarri, and managed at Lazio. And after that was given the opportunity, replacing Thiago Motta, to then go back to Juventus and be the head coach of Juventus after being the assistant under Pirlo in 2025. He helped them, he guided them to Champions League qualification, fourth place. And this was in the 2024-25 season. And managed to do really, really well at Juventus. Now, Tottenham Hotspurs have just approached him. He was being offered terms on the 13th of February. And he's now going to be coaching to the end of the season. Whether this is an interim, whether this is a temporary contract, to see if he can stabilise Tottenham and help them to be successful. Whether the board are going to offer him a full-time contract going into next season remains to be seen. At the moment, all we can confirm is that he's managing to the end of the season. He's never managed or coached in the Premiership. In terms of the player, he's known as a real strong, hard-working and hard-tackling, imposing defender, and has a reputation as a real strong tackler and very good in the air and imposing. Very dominant at set pieces. Also played defensive midfielder as well. So he played that position as well as playing central defender, and had a really good career at Juventus as a player, playing in those defensive positions. As a manager and as a coach, he's got a reputation of being a really attacking, aggressive coach, and he was known as somebody to want to play an offensive and an intensive, courageous style of football. In an interview in France, he has mentioned, say, when he was manager at Marseille, quoted as saying, "I want courageous and intensive football, not only uniquely based on defence. I want people to come to the stadium and to be entertained and not disappointed." This is a quote from him when he was the manager at Marseille. So he's got a reputation for being an aggressive, forward-thinking player. And he wants to translate that into management. And as a manager, he has that forward-thinking, aggressive style that he wants to translate from his playing days into his coaching philosophy. So this is the kind of coach that he's got a reputation of being. Okay. According to reports, he speaks English very well. His English is not his problem. He's fluent. He's never coached or managed in England before. Never coached or managed in the Premiership. That is obviously going to be something that is something for him as a feather in his cap, as a challenge. Can he be successful in the Premiership? He's been successful in Serie A. He's been successful in France, and he's also been successful in Turkey. He's had other coaching assignments before as well, but in those other countries, Turkey, Italy, and France, are the countries where he's had his most success. It's whether or not can remain to be seen if you can translate that, if you can then be successful in the UK and be successful in the Premiership. It remains to be seen. But at the moment, he's the manager for Spurs until the end of the season. It remains to be seen if he's going to be offered the job afterwards, but let's see. He's going to be managing them in a very, very difficult North London derby. So it'll be interesting to see how he copes and deals with that game. And it'll be interesting to see how quickly he gets the players on board. From all reports, he seemed to be someone who is very passionate and a straight talker, and somebody who isn't going to be bullied or intimidated by players. He's someone who's going to let the players know if they haven't played well. And to all reports, he's known to be somebody who is a no-nonsense character. So let's see how it all pans out, and let's see what happens. Again, we haven't got long to go until Tottenham play Arsenal in the North London derby on the 22nd. So we'll see how it turns out, and we'll see if Igor Tudor can be successful at Spurs.